How's everybody doing?
Good.
Happy holidays to you all.
You too.
Big question. How many of you guys think your parents are in a great financial situation? How many of you guys want to be in a better financial situation when you get their age? Huh? Before your age, right? So there were some mistakes that was made that they couldn't eliminate because they just didn't know. You're going to get a chance to know these things while you was in high school, right? I wish that I would have learned. As a matter of fact, I would get everything I have right now to be your age and learn the things that you're going to learn today. Because they're practical, but if you put them into place, you would be a lot more wealthy than most people you know right now, right? So you want the things that other people don't have, you got to do what? The things that other people won't do. That's the only thing that's going to separate you from somebody else down the road. That makes sense? So today we're going to talk about the basics of investing, of how to become wealthy down the road. A couple things you want to do first. Some things that we go through all the time is the American families live in a debt cycle and a cash cycle. Step one is you want to pay yourself first, right? Get to the point where you're paying yourself first and you want to set up 3 fundamental accounts. Step 2 is to eliminate debt. We're going to focus on paying yourself today because most of you guys shouldn't be in any debt right now, all right? You shouldn't accumulate any debt at this particular point. So the first thing you want to do when you start saving money, set up some type of emergency account. The biggest reason people don't become financially dependent is because they don't save. Most people that's living paycheck to paycheck, you hear people say they live in paycheck to paycheck. I realize that they live in paycheck to paycheck because they choose to, not because they have to. Because if we have money left over at the end of the month, what do most people do with it? We spend it, right? Because we know we have another paycheck coming down the road. So we choose not to save money when we can. So the first thing you want to do, you want to always, if you have a job, if you have monthly expenses, you want to have at least 3 monthly expenses saved up somewhere. So God forbid you lost your job or something happens, you have at least 3 months to go find a job that you want instead of just taking the job just to be taken. That makes sense? Yeah. So let's say your monthly expenses $3,000. You have $3,000 saved up and your refrigerator breaks. That costs $800. So now you only have $2,200 left. One of your friends call you up and say, let's go to dinner. You got to say, no, I can't do it. Even though you have $2,200 saved up, that emergency fund is not where it's supposed to be. That makes sense? Yeah. So now you got to make the sacrifices to get back up to that $3,000 to do the things you used to do. Now, in that emergency fund, you want to have 3 months up there for a couple of reasons. Here's a couple of things you want to make sure you can take care of. Emergencies, uncovered medical expenses, any major car repair, you might need new tires, you might need an engine, you might need an emergency purchase, you want to buy a new bike, you want to buy something real quick, you want to have that set up. The second type of account is a short-term account. That's like a 6-month income goal. There's some things you want to have for that. For any reserve, unforeseen events, if you lost your job, you have disabilities, you can't go to work, you guys want to play basketball for a long time, you get these intramural leagues and you get hurt and then you can't go to work, you want to make sure that's up there. Short-term purchase like a new car, down payment on a house. One thing you want to don't get caught up in is renting. Get to the point where you want to start saving immediately. When you get out of college, you want to put a program together with your parents and let me live here for a year, rent-free, and then I can just save my money so I can go buy a house. So when you move out, you have enough money for a down payment on a house instead of go paying rent. Because just about as much money as you pay for rent, you'll pay for a mortgage. But the rent, that money just flying out the window. On a mortgage, you get a chance to own something. That makes sense? Yeah. Right? So try not to get caught up in that. Purchase anything for the next 3 years. Now the major part of it is wealth building principles. That's when you start saving for retirement, right? Let me ask you guys a question. Realistically, if I was to ask you guys, how old would you like to be when you retire, you would say what?
60.
60?
40.
Okay, 40. I know there's some young ages. We always used to say that when we were sitting in school, but then life happened, right? So at age 60 or age 40, the next question would be, how much money would you want to have coming in on a monthly basis to live the lifestyle that you're accustomed to?
3,000.
3,000? What? Listen, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Think about this business. But now the question would be, now, a lot of you guys can come up with an answer, right? Because you haven't thought that far out. But if we don't know that number, at least he knows the number. If you don't know that number, then you don't know how much money you need to have saved up to have a certain amount coming in. And if you don't know that, then you don't know how much to put away on a monthly basis to get there. So how can you retire when you want to retire when there's no game plan?
Start a 401k and get a job.
Oh, what is a 401k? Do you understand it? What is it?
It's when you work with a company and they give you certain amount from your paychecks that you make to a savings account or a savings fund, and then when you get older, when you retire.
Very close. Very close, right? So you put money into your 401k plan. Sometimes they match what you put in. And we're going to talk about that a little later. But the 401k is really just a tax code. It's not a vehicle, right, that you save money in. So if we don't know how much money we need to have saved up by the time we retire, you roll up to that age, and if there's not enough money there, then you have one or two options. Either you're going to reduce your standard of living, or you have to find a way to make some extra money. And what do most people do after they retire from one job?
Get another.
Get another job. Is that what you really want to do? No. Work 30, 35 years, have your retirement party on Friday, get your party on, and then Monday you got to go work for somebody else. Right? It happens over and over and over again because people don't plan. They go through life just winging it and say, yeah, I'm going to retire at age 55. I'm going to retire at age 60. But if you don't have a game plan, the chances of this happening is slim to none. You can't depend on Social Security, and you can't depend on the pension, because neither one of them will be as much money coming in as you had when you was working. So if you don't have enough money coming in, then you got to go do one of those things. That make sense? Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about this Roth IRA tradition. Yep. Cool. 401k, we talked about, these are some of the different vehicles. They're just tax codes. That's all they are. Roth IRA allow your money to grow tax-free. You have to worry about that. We got tax shelter annuities. You keep going. Tax deferred account. Keep going. You keep going. Right? So here's the base of total investment of your amount when you get paid. So if you get $100, this is how I want you to start thinking about. Now if you get $10, I want you to start thinking about this allocation. 50% you want to start into your emergency fund. So if you get $100, $50 of it, you want to put into an emergency fund. Because you got to establish that first. Because if you don't have that emergency fund, if you start saving for all these other things, if an emergency happens, you're going to take that money from there. Next slide. 25% we want to put into a short-term account. That's for that 6 months or something of that nature, right? Next one. 25% and that wealth building. That's the part for retirement. Once you get to the point where your emergency fund is totally funded up to that 3 to 6 months, 3 months of your financial responsibilities, then you can stop putting money in there. Take the 50% and just spread it between these two. That make sense? Yeah. Right? So get your emergency fund up to where it's supposed to be first, and then you can start saving for those other things. But I promise you, if you're going to start saving for your retirement now, at least 25% of what you're putting away, when you get to your 40s, your 50s, you don't have to worry about anything financial. Because the only thing should be happening between now and then is you're making more money. So that 25% is going to get higher and higher and higher, and before you know it, nobody's going to tell you you have to come to work. Wouldn't that be nice? Right? You want to work because you choose to work, not because you have to work. Make sense? Right? I bet your parents right now wish they didn't have to get to go to work. But nobody taught them this stuff a long time ago. Next slide. We already talked about that. You keep going. Now, this right here is what changed my family's legacy. It's called the Rule of 72. If you don't remember anything else today, I want you guys to remember this. The Rule of 72 basically illustrates how long it takes for your money to double. You take the interest rate that you get on your money, divide it into 72, and that determines how fast your money is going to double. Right? Let's say I'm a generous guy. If I gave all of you guys $1,000 right now, and I said you had to save it, where would you take that money to save?
To the mall. To the bank.
To save it. Where would you save that money?
The bank.
The bank, right? How many of you guys have bank accounts right now? How many of you guys know what kind of interest rate the bank is giving you on your money right now? You know? How much?
4%.
4%? What do you say? 0.9 something? Anybody else?
4%. 0.9.
What do you think? What do you think? What do you say? Oh, you asked that. What do you say? What do you think it is?
Isaiah.
Isaiah, what do you think it is?
Like 4%.
What do you say over here? 1? She's actually closest. It's like 0.5%. It's less than 1. A lot of people don't know it, and you go home and ask your parents what kind of interest rate they get on the savings account. Most of them won't know. Because most people look at their account and they see they have some money in there, but they never look at the interest rate that they're getting on that. So if you're getting 0.5 on your money, take 0.5 and divide that into 72. That's 144. That means it's going to take us 144 years for your money to double. That means you got to die and come back to life. And it's not going to happen. Right? But back in the day, when your parents was younger, they were getting 5, 6, 7% return on their money. Those days are long gone. But it averaged about 3% since the 1920s. So we're going to use 3%. Let's click the next one. So let's say we had $1,000. And we put it in a bank account that had 3% return. 3 going to 72 how many times? Anybody real quick? 24, right? You got it right. That's a good answer. So 24 times, that means your money will double in 24 years. So in 24 years, that $1,000 will become how much?
$2,000.
$2,000. How many of you guys want to wait 24 years for your money to double? That's if you were getting 3%. Not even the 4 you was talking about, but if you were getting 3%, and we know that's not happening. Next slide. 24 years later, that 2,000 will double to how much? 4,000. And at 72, you have a whopping $8,000. Can you retire after that?
Yes.
No, he said no. No, you can't, right? You can't retire after
I
that.
thought that a month.
No, one time. You had $8,000 saved up. You're right, a month you could. You had $8,000 saved up, you can't retire. But that's where most people put out money. Why? Because our parents teach us to go to school and get a good education. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Get a good education, you go get a what?
That paper.
A good job. Once you get a good job, you get a paycheck. Go open up a what?
Savings account.
Savings account. Poverty thinking, and we don't even realize it. But all they can teach us is what they know. So it's just a cycling thing. It's just go over and over and over again. Let's say you're a little smarter, and now you have a 6% return on your money. Where will you go, or where can I take your money and get a 6% return? Anybody ever heard of CDs?
No.
You seem like you're pretty financially savvy. You heard of that? Yeah, anybody heard of that? CDs are something you go get. You heard of it? What is it? You know what it is? Okay. It's something you get at the bank. It's a certificate of deposit, right?
People give them to you when you're a baby? Certificates of deposit?
No, that's a savings bond.
Oh, a savings bond?
Yeah. Oh. Certificate of deposit is something you take it in, you take your money in the bank and you put it in for a certain period of time and you can't take it out, right? If you take it out too soon, they say you're going to get a what?
Penalty.
A penalty. Key word that everybody remembers that, right? But that penalty, keep in mind, most of the time is not on your money. It's on the interest you are going to make. So if the bank said they were going to give you a 1% return on your money, if you leave it in there for 12 months, if you take it out in 6 months, that $1,000 goes back in your pocket. They're just not going to give you that 1% that they promised you because you took your money out too soon. That makes sense?
Yes.
But when we hear that word penalty, a lot of people say, no, I'm not going to touch it because they think they're losing money. They're not losing their money. They're just not going to make the money that the bank promised them because you didn't leave your money in there like you promised. That makes sense? Yeah. Now that 1% is not a lot, but is it better than that 0.5? Yeah. 2% is better than that 0.5? So for that short-term savings, that's what I would teach you to do. Put in something like that. So it averaged about 6% since the 1920s. So I'm going to use 6%. 6 going to 72 how many times? See how fast you get down.
This going is 72? Oh, God. I don't know how much. 24, 20. 12
times. Right? So 12 times. So now your money is going to double every 12 years. Watch this. I want you to watch this carefully. So we have the same $1,000. Now in 12 years it doubles to 2,000. 12 years later it doubles to 4,000. Stop right here. At 36, we have $8,000. Same amount of money, but in half the amount of time. All because we made a smarter decision of where to put our money. That makes sense? Yeah. Watch this. Let's take it all the way up to 72. $16,000, $32,000, $64,000. Can you retire off of that? No. But is it better than the 8,000? Yeah. Did I take any extra money out of your pocket? Not magic. It's just being smart, right? And understanding how to make your money work for you. This is why I love what I do. We show people how to get 12% or more return on their money. Now, since I'm from North Philly, that's like deep in the hood in Philly. Right? I gotta say legally. Legally, where can I take your money and get 12% return? Y'all heard of stocks and mutual funds?
Yeah.
How many guys understand stocks and mutual funds? Did they teach that to you?
Economics, right?
No.
They teach us.
12th grade, contemporary. Contemporary citizenship, 12th grade.
Oh, that's right, 12th grade.
12th grade? Okay. So you say you understand a little bit about stocks and mutual funds? How would you explain it? She's gonna be balling when she grow up.
I would explain it as
Uh-huh.
you see their stock and you see, okay, if they're making a good stock, that means they're thriving in their business and what they're doing.
Okay.
And you would invest certain amounts of money, I wouldn't put too much, but you invest money into that company. Every time that stock or that business makes an increase, you get a little bit of your profit. So you're basically like buying a profit of the bank.
You close on it. You on it. You on the right track, right? Stocks are where you stocks. Miles, go ahead.
And then there's like several different types of like investing in the stock market. Like there's safe ones where you invest in something that's already like very successful.
Like Disney?
Apple, for example.
Like Disney or McDonald's?
Right. And
Yeah.
there's like unsafe ones where it's like a growing business where it has a chance of making money, but then there's also a chance that it might not, and that you might lose money.
No track record. Like if you start your own company, somebody wants to invest in your company, they're investing in it, but there's no track record, so they're taking a bigger risk. Or somebody like McDonald's or Disney that's been around for a while, you're not taking such a big risk because you know they've been very successful, right? So stocks are where you have part ownership of a company. How many of you guys ever heard of Sears? Right? So let's say I'm Sears. If you buy stock in my company, that means you have part ownership. So if I go bankrupt, what happens to your money?
You going bankrupt.
It's all gone, right? All your eggs in one basket. A mutual fund is just a bunch of companies put together to make up one fund. Kind of like the mall. How many guys shop at the mall? Right? Let's say Sears is part of that mall. If Sears goes bankrupt, will the mall shut down?
No.
Why not?
They got all your stock.
Exactly. So you're the mall manager, Sears is gone, there's a big gap there. What would you do with that big gap? Put somebody else in it, right? Go ahead. No, not necessarily. Well, I'm just using it as an example, right? So now you put somebody else in there, and that's what a mutual fund manager does. His job is to manage those stocks inside that fund to help you make money. Is it a guarantee? Absolutely not. The market is going to always change. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. But over the course of history, the market has always gone like this, right? It can be up, down, look at my hand, constantly getting higher. 1 year, I want you to listen to this. 1 year, you might be up 30%. You're very happy, right? The next year, if it drops back down 15%, you're not so happy. But if it went up 30% and came back down 15, what's your end result? Would you rather have that 15% or that 0 point something in the bank? That's how the rich keep getting richer. Because they understand at the end of the day, the market has always outperformed the global economy. It always has, right? Not that it's a guarantee, but you can't go any time in history that has not averaged at least a 10% return over a 10-year period. Good point, right? So when you're saving for long term, when you're saving for retirement, when you're saving for education, if you have younger brothers and sisters and your parents want to learn how to save for their college education, this is the way to do it. Most people can't go to college because they don't have any what? Money. And the only reason they don't have any money is because their parents didn't think about that when their kids was younger to start planning for it. But if they start about it then, when it's time for you to go to college, all they got to do is write a check, right? But it doesn't come about until most people don't think about their children's education, college education, until when? They get to high school, right? So you got to think about that down the road when you start thinking about having a family. Now watch this. Here we have 3% return. We ended up with 8,000. I doubled that to 6%, we ended up with 64,000. Now I'm gonna double that to 12%. What do you think I'm gonna end up with? Just give me a number, real quick.
128,000.
128? She is super smart. 1/3. She is on. Don't say it.
Her mother does your wife's hair.
Oh yeah? You didn't know that, did you? So watch this. So hold on, come on, So 12 going to 72, 6 times. Now your money's gonna double every 6 years. So watch this. Now, I can promise you this. 12%, listen to this, 12% is the maximum by law. I can illustrate it. But your parents that have a 401k plan at their job, I can guarantee you if they look at their statement, some of the funds that they allow them to choose from are getting better than 12%. A lot of people don't know it because they just don't understand it. The company say, here's your packet, you go home and read it. If you don't get educated on it, you don't know how to take advantage of it. And then we wonder how some people can retire when they want to retire because they've been educated and the other person made the same money, but they can't retire because they didn't take advantage of this. So watch this. 12 going to 72 6 times, now your money is doubled every 6 years. 8,000, 16,000, 32, 64, 128, $250,000, $500,000, $1 million, $2 million, $4 million off that one-time investment of $1 grand. Exactly, right? If you stop here and just got a 10% return off of this every year and just live off the interest, that's $100,000 coming to your household every single year. That's $8,300 a month. Just you waking up in the morning. The million, you never touch that. You leave that behind for your children and your children's children. Imagine if your grandparents would have done something like this, where would your family be financially? Why did they do it? Why did they do it? They didn't know, right? That's the head start that you're getting right now. Because you understand, listen, you can start a mutual fund as little as $25 a month. Who can't afford that with a job? That's like $1 a day, right? We go buy lunch at McDonald's, that's $5 right there. So if you buy lunch every day, that's $25 a week. You can do this as little as $25 a month. But if you had a little sum of money, if you start getting money for Christmas and your birthdays and you start putting it away right now, then you're going to be pretty wealthy, right? So, we give our money to the bank. Do you think the bank is holding on to it, waiting for you to come pick it up? No. They're taking it over here. They have $4 million. They're giving you back $8,000 and we're shaking their hands saying thank you very much. So somebody would have came to your parents back when they was in high school and said, you can put your money here, here, or here. Where do you think they would put it? Common sense, right? It's just not common knowledge. We got to get this point across. And if you have a job during the summertime, I want to make sure you guys give me a call so we can start something up for you. Just that $25 a month that you can start making some things happen. Fair enough? Yeah. Anybody have some questions on this right here?
No. That'd be fine.
Yeah, we get that. Now, here's the thing. Now, we talked about the 401k plan and the Roth. We talked about that a little bit earlier. And a 401k plan, when you put your money in your 401k, that's before taxes. So when you retire, when you take that money out, the government's going to tax it. The other thing I talked about was that Roth IRA. That's after-tax dollars. So when that money grows, the government cannot touch it again. So if you have money in a 401k plan, if it's $500,000, you're going to get taxed. You have $500,000 in a Roth IRA, government can't touch it again. That makes sense? Yeah. So if you have a 401k, if you get a job to have a 401k, if they're matching what you put in, take advantage of it. If they're not matching what you put in, then you might as well invest outside of that. That makes sense? Because you don't want to give away free money if they're giving it to you. But if they're not giving you free money, invest on your own, and then you can take advantage of the tax consequences. That makes sense? Yes. Cool. Any questions?
About 15 minutes. We're going to finish at 5:50.
Yes. That is correct. So her question was, and that 12%, is that a guarantee? And it's absolutely not a guarantee. It's just what has been averaging since the 1920s. Sometimes it's higher, sometimes it's lower, right? Put it this way. When Obama became president, the Dow Jones is what the market is measured against. The Dow Jones was at 6,300, right? Now, there's been some up and down since he's been around. What do you think the market is right now? Now, they talk about it. How many of you guys watch the news? They talk about the Dow Jones every day on the news. But a lot of people don't hear it. Because it's the negative stuff that comes on first. They talk about business in the middle, and then they talk about sports. That business part, it seems to go over everybody's head. What do you think the Dow Jones is right now? Anybody?
74%.
Doc or even Asian?
74%.
Say, you say something?
19,000.
19,000.
Yeah, I'm tough.
19,000. 6,300 to 19,000. Right? Imagine if you was investing over that period. There's more millionaires today than ever before because they took advantage of that wave along the way. And a lot of people didn't do it because they panicked after that first downslide. Never panic when the market goes down, right? Because all it's doing is happening is you get things at a discount. Watch this. Hit the next slide. Just keep going. This is what we're going to do. Keep going. I want you to remember these things. 3 Ds. Go ahead. Dollar cost averaging. I'm going to teach you that. Go ahead. Discipline, that you got to do it all the time, and diversification. That's the mutual fund part. Put your money in a couple different buckets. Keep
Now
going.
get your phones out and take a picture of this.
I got an Android.
You go ahead.
Ready?
Yeah.
Got it?
I see this shit is scary, bro. No.
One guess if you can send it to another. Are we ready? Everybody say
Look at this front camera though.
All right, listen to this. Watch this. Here's investor A, right? Let's say this side of the class is investor A, and this side of the class is investor B. So investor A, they got a rising market. It's constantly getting better and better every single year. So I got you the point. Hit the next slide. That I'm saying, if you invest $100 a month with me, and I just want you to do that for 6 months, can I hold you committed to that for 6 months?
No.
Anybody?
Yeah.
Investing for 6 months, $100 for 6 months, just to see how the market's going to do, right? So this investor A, they're going in the rising market. Investor B over here, their market is going down, and then it comes back up. Where would you rather be?
And A.
Right? Everybody says that. Watch how this works. So $100 a month. Watch this. Keep going. If you invest $100 a month, if the stock market is at $10, and you invest $100, how many shares are you buying?
10.
10 shares. And next month, you see the market kept rising. So now it's at $12 a month, and you guys get very happy. Am I right? Because the market is getting higher. But you still giving me $100 a month, so now you're getting 8 shares because it costs more. The next month, it goes up to $14 a share. You get 7 shares. All the way to the 6 months, it jumps all the way up to $20 a share. You're feeling very good, but now you're only buying 5 shares. So if you look at the total over those 6 months, you bought a total of 42 shares. Give me $100 a month. You feel good about that? Right? Because look at this. If it's worth $20 a share now, you bought 42 shares. 20 times 42 is how much?
600.
20 times 42.
840.
Okay, so you now have $840. Every month you gave me $100. For 6 months, how much did you give me?
Hold on, wait.
6 months you gave me $100. $600. And you now have how much?
240.
$840. Do you feel good about that?
No.
You gave me 600, you have 840. You don't feel good about that? Why not?
Because we didn't make no bread.
Huh?
I want more.
Why is it? You gave me 600 and now I'm giving you back 840. That's not a good thing? How many of you guys would give me 600 and would not want me to give you back $840? How is that profit off? Huh? Well, so you take your money to the bank right now, and in 6 months, how much you get back? If you give the bank $600 every month, how much you get back? $600. So me giving you back $840, who would you rather take your money? You see what I'm saying? Right? It makes sense over and over again, but it gets even better. Let's say you took that $100 in investor B. Now the market goes up and down. The second month, it drops down to $7. And you say, Mr. Kelly, that's not good. I don't want to keep putting my money in. But I say, just keep it up. So now instead of buying 10 shares, you're buying 14 shares. The next month, the market drops down even lower to $4 a share. But now you're buying 25 shares instead of the 10 that you started out at. The next, it drops all the way down to $2 a share. I know you guys getting scared. You say, listen, I want my money back. I don't even want you to do it. I'm saying, listen, just stick with it because right now you're not taking your money back. So it gets all the way to the last month that it goes back up just to $10. And you say, listen, I did your experiment for 6 months. I'm right back where I started, and I gave you $100 every month. I want my $600 back. And I say, hold up. What if I give you your $600 plus everything I owe you right now? Everything it is worth. So if it goes back up to $10, you bought how many shares? 126. Now the shares are still worth $10 a share. 126 times 10 is what?
10.
This is funny. Say again? 1,260. So, would you rather have 840 or 1,260?
Jackpot money bank.
How much money did you give me? The same $600, right? But most people panic when the market goes down. All you're doing is buying things at a discount. Because it comes back up, now you have more shares. That makes sense? So don't panic while you investing along the way if the market goes down and you don't need that money right now. Because at the end of the day, you're going to have more shares.